And here the captain's out for the flip. We shall see which side picks first. It landed on green, so it's Farmington's choice. So they will get the first choice in the second period every match. And the first matchup for the 106 weight class is Bradley Harmon, who is 2-0 on the year, against Nathaniel Perez from Waynesville.
At 106 pounds, Nathaniel Perez from Farmington, Bradley Harmon.
And Bradley Harmon is a freshman this year. He's been wrestling most of his life, so we should see how his home debut goes. Or sorry, not the home debut. Harmon got the takedown, and he's getting back points right now. He's got 5 back points. He's got a count of 5 right now. All he's got to do is put both shoulders on the mat for a second, and the ref should call the pin. He's got that near side head and arm locked in tight. He's got to look up and count the lights, as coaches would always say. Get enough torque on that body to where the shoulders go down on the mat. The ref is patiently waiting for both shoulders to go on the mat. And there it is, Bradley Harmon with the fall with 1:10 left in the first period. That is 6 points Farmington. Next matchup is Logan Harmon, Bradley's older brother, who is 1-1 on the year, against Taylor Brutch from Bruck, my bad. Harmon stalling there. Not stalling, my bad. He counters the takedown. Doing a little funky thing with his back there. Trying to gain position on his opponent. He's grabbing the ankle, bringing the leg up to the head for a cradle, trying to work it in, but Bruck has his leg, so he's not going to be able to do much unless he gets that leg free. He's working it. He's got to get that leg free before he can get any points, and he gets flipped over, but there's no points yet because it's a scramble, and he's got almost a stack. He's got a stack now. Or not a stack, my bad. He's got the pin right here. He's getting back points, but both shoulders aren't on the mat. He's got to sit up for that. He's got it, but he's not. The opponent's shoulders aren't down yet. He's still working on it. He's kind of just buying time here. He's getting all the points he can get. Listen to that great wisdom of his coach. Oh, he's got him over. Oh, that looks painful. Oh, the ref has to call a pin here. Both shoulders are on the mat. Come on, he's got to call it. That's a pin. Apparently that is not a pin. When he will get the back points, 3 back points. He looks to work in a leg. Logan is now up 5-0. He's working in that leg really well. He's got to break his opponent down. And that's the end of the first period. And Waynesville chose to defer to Farmington, and Farmington chooses to go up, or neutral. Logan goes for the single leg. He tears him down, almost has the 2 points. He's got 2 points, and he's going to get more back points. And that should be a pin. And Logan Harmon wins by pinfall. with a minute and 43 left in the second period. Farmington now leads 12-0. Next matchup is Jake Andrews from Farmington. He is 1-1 on the year. This is the 120 weight class against Charles McNeil. As both wrestlers wait to get and shake hands. And this match has started. Jake Andrews is a 3-year varsity wrestler. He wrestled last year and the year before at 106, I believe. And Jake Andrews gets put on his back. That's 2 for McNeil. And McNeil has a good position on him. He's trying to work that pin in. He's got the arm. He's got good position on Jake. Jake's trying all he can to get out of this. He's almost got the escape. He's got to flip him over here. He's got to get that hand loose. McNeil's going to be able to do anything he wants if he has that hand. Oh, and they're out of bounds. McNeil is still on top. Jake Andrews starting on bottom here. Looks over at his coach to see what wisdom he has to say. As the wrestlers take park tear position, they start. And Jake Andrews is trying to break free, but he has that leg caught up in McNeil's legs. He's got to get that arm loose so he can get free and get that 1 point for an escape. And he's taken back down. McNeil has that arm where he wants it, and he's going to be able to drive Jake wherever he wants. Andrews trying to break that hand loose, but McNeil's got a tight grip on it. He's got that leg wrapped. Looks like he's going to try to do a banana split. Nope, never mind. Jake's got to get that wrist loose. He's not going to get anywhere if he has that wrist tied up. McNeil stuffing his head to the ground, trying to get a little bit of pressure. He's trying to get underneath the arm so he can get the half. He's got that wrist locked up and he's going to roll it underneath him so Jake will move forward with all the pressure. And that's the end of the first period. McNeil up 2-0. Farmington deferred to Waynesville, and Waynesville picks bottom. Jake Andrews sets up on top, and the second period is underway. Jake's working that leg. He's got to put him back down on the mat and it's not an escape yet. That's a reversal. 2 points for McNeil. He now leads 4-0. He's working that arm, cranking it back, putting pressure, pushing Jake forward so he can put all it back. And it looks like McNeil's strategy here is go to the wrist and just exploit it. He's working for the cradle right here. Goes over to an ankle pick. Jake's got McNeil's ankles. And he's trying to work the banana split, but he puts himself in a bad position here. And he works his way out of bounds. McNeil is still on top. Jake Andrews gets set in parterre position. And the match starts again. McNeil on top, Jake Andrews on bottom. McNeil is winning 4-0. He's trying to work that in, trying to get a cradle. Or maybe he could move it off to a stack. And it looks like he's trying to go for that stack now, but he loses it. Still has that arm though. He's working in the legs. Jake's trying to pull it off. And Jake might get the reversal, but he doesn't. Oh, and he gets put on his back, but he works his way out. McNeil still has him in a position to where he can put him on his back. And 2 back points for McNeil. He now leads 6-0. And they go out of bounds, so they will go back to the center and restart this. There's 16.8 seconds left in the second period. Jake Andrews is down 6-0. And they start this one up again. Jake gets put on his back with a stack, I believe. He's working his way out. He's grabbing that ankle. He's got his arm loose. And that's the end of the second period. McNeil is up 8-0. And Farmington chooses down. This is a smart tactic by Farmington because if you're down, you want to get as much points as possible. And it's easier to get an escape from down than it is to get points anywhere else. And he's working that leg again. Jake's trying to get it loose. McNeil's got that arm wrapped up. He's not going to be able to get anywhere unless he gets that wrist loose. There's no pin yet because it's still in a scramble position. Jake's got to get his hips loose and his wrists loose to get anywhere in this. McNeil's working that leg pretty well. And he's pulling him back to his back, but there was no call there. Still working with the legs. McNeil is trying to get a pin here. Just over a minute left. And Andrews is still struggling to get out of this grip. It looks like McNeil is trying to work the stack or a cradle. McNeil almost has Jake in a pin here. He's got the leg wrapped up. He's got to move that leg up to his head to get the cradle. Jake needs a stand up here. Needs a reversal. Oh, he does not. Oh, he almost got the reversal. Out of bounds with 16.8 seconds left again. How ironic is that? McNeil is still up 8-0 on Jake Andrews. Farmington is winning the duel here, 12-0. Jake needs to get a pin here to win this. Can he get a stand up? He's got to get that leg loose, and he doesn't get it. And his time runs out. Jake Andrews loses to McNeil by decision. That is 4 points. 4 points for Waynesville. Farmington still leads 12-4. Or, my bad, that's supposed to be 3 points. I don't know what's going on here. Oh, it was a major, my bad.
At 126 pounds, Waynesville, Isaiah Johnson. From Farmington, Justin Minks.
And the next matchup for the 126 bout is Justin Minks and Johnson. Justin's trying to work it in. Justin was a varsity wrestler last year, his sophomore year. Justin's trying to work it, almost had the points there. It was a scramble situation, and he's got the cradle locked in. He's got 2 points there. He now leads 2-0. He's going to try to work that cradle in. But Johnson's got his hand planted over there, and he won't allow it. He gets up. Doesn't have complete, he doesn't have an escape yet. He still has his Justin's hands wrapped around him. No escape yet, apparently. Oh, and he gets slammed. A reversal by Johnson. It is now tied up 2-2. Seems like Waynesville likes to work the legs and the wrist a lot. Seems like their strategy to go to. Oh, and he just flips Justin over. Justin's trying to get free. No back points there. Didn't have his shoulders at a 45-degree angle. Johnson working them legs and the wrist. He's going to try for a stack here. Out of bounds with 28.8 seconds left in the first period. Justin will be down, and Johnson will be on top. Justin gets set. And Johnson covers. And this one starts up again. It's still tied up at 2-2. With Farmington winning the duel 12-4. He's got that waist. He's got that arm underneath his waist. He's going to try for a stack. And Justin breaks that arm loose. Johnson likes to work that ankle pick as well. And that's it for the first period. It is Waynesville choice. And they choose neutral. Both wrestlers trying for a position. Johnson just tried for a throw by, but Justin countered it. Johnson tries for a high crotch lift. No points yet. This is a scramble position. No points are awarded yet. And that's 2 for a takedown for Johnson. And he's getting back points right now. He has not been returned yet, so back points have not been awarded. He will get 3. 3 back points for Johnson. He now leads 7-2 over Justin Minks. Justin Minks is undefeated on the year after two matches. Justin's got to get his arms and legs free on this one. Johnson's just wrapped around him like an anaconda. Oh, almost there. He's got it. They're in a scramble position, and he loses the counter. But he's back into the position. He's trying to lift that leg over his head so he can scoot under and get the reversal points. And they are out of bounds. Johnson's still on top. With 11.4 seconds left in the second period. Minks gets set. Johnson covers. And it starts up again. He's going to try to work that. Nope. He let that one go. He's working the leg. He's going to try to flip him. And that's it for the second period. Johnson leaves over. And Justin chooses neutral. Johnson tries for a shot. Justin defends it. And he's got that rear waist, and he just throws him down. That's 2 points for a takedown. Johnson now leads 9-2 over Justin Minks. Minks almost got out right there. Johnson's working both wrists, trying to bring him back underneath his body so he can put Justin on his back here. He lets the wrist go. He grabs the far side wrist, and he's trying to get a near side cradle, it looks like. Now he's trying to get the far side. He adjusts his headgear. Justin just sits there for some reason. And the leg gets pulled over, but Justin defends it well. And he gets put, no back points here yet. Here comes back points. Both shoulders are not on the mat, however. 3 back points for Johnson, who now leads 12-2. If Johnson gets 5 more points, he will tech Justin. Working the wrist again. He's trying to get that far leg. Switches to the near leg, and Justin defends it. Justin needs a quick pin here, or quick reverse and a pin here. And as time expires, Justin Minks loses 12-2, which is a major, which is awarded 4 points to Waynesville. The score is now 12-8. Next matchup is Cameron Haynes on 132. He is 2-0 on the season against Peter Lucet, my bad. Both wrestlers trying for a position here. Cameron pushes him away. Both wrestlers moving constantly, trying to find a weakness to exploit. Cameron Haynes was a starter last year as a freshman, or was a varsity wrestler last year as a freshman at 126. Tries to work the collar tie, but pushes it away. He's beating on his head a lot. Trying to move his head around to get his opponent to shift weights so he can try for a takedown. Both wrestlers haven't been on the ground yet. No one has gained any points. It is still 0-0 with under a minute left. Push away again. Trying to gain inside position. Fighting hands there. And Lucet brings Cameron in close, but Cameron pushes him away. And tries for the double leg, and he gets it. 2 points for Cameron Haynes. And he's trying for back points here. He's got to lift his leg. And Cameron now leads it 2-0 with time running down in the first period. Tries the ankle pick, but time expires. And that was it for the first period. It's Farmington's choice, and they defer to Waynesville, who chooses bottom. Lucet gets ready. Haynes covers, and the second period is underway. Cameron cuts his elbow down, trying to put him on his back with a stack, but it doesn't work. He's fighting hands here. Lucet tries to get up, but he gets put back down on the mat. Great wrestling by Cameron Haynes. He's got those 2 legs tied up. He might get called for clasping. And this is a scramble position. No wrestler has points yet. And that's a reversal for Lucet. It is now tied 2-2. Cameron has the leg. He's trying to get 2 points here. And for some reason, Lucid got 1 point. And a reversal for Cameron, who's now leading 4-3. He works that wrist. He's trying to get that stack in. Oh, and he loses the wrist, but he's still got the ankle there. He's going to try to do the ankle pick here. And out of bounds. And Farmington is still on top. Cameron leads this 4-3 with 28.9 seconds left in the second period. Cameron covers. And this one's starting again. And that's an escape for Lucid, who now ties it up 4-4 with time running down in the second period. And it's back to messing with each other's heads again. He tries for a single leg. Cameron fights it, and they go out of bounds. No points are awarded. 4.2 seconds here. I think one of the wrestlers is just going to dive in for a quick takedown. And that's it for the second period. Cameron and Lucid are tied up at 4. Farmington chooses bottom. Lucid covers. And Cameron's getting up. He's got to break those hands to get that escape point. He gets slammed back down onto the mat. And he breaks free, and that's an escape point. Cameron takes the lead once again, 5-4. Farmington is leading the duel with by 12-8. Both wrestlers are just playing with each other, and Cameron goes in for the double leg. He's got to get his head up. He's gonna, no points awarded yet. No points yet. And he moves around to his backside. There should, still no points. It's still a scramble situation. And there's 2 points, Cameron Haynes. And he's gonna work to put him on his back. Cameron's moving his arm over. He's gonna try to put him on his back. He might get it here. He leads 7-4 with time running down in the third period. He's trying to work the half Nelson. He's gonna try to cut that other arm so he can flip him over and get him into a stack position. And he's turning. He's got to keep in bounds. And they're out of bounds. Cameron is on top with 27.1 seconds remaining in the final period. Haynes covers, and this match has started up again. He's trying to keep position here, and that's an escape for Lucid, who is now down 2. If with a quick takedown, he can send this into overtime. He needs to make a quick shot here, and he does, and Cameron stuffs it, and he brings it back up with 4 seconds remaining. He needs to take a quick shot here, and he doesn't get it. Cameron wins by 2. That will award Farmington with 3 points, and they are now up 15-8. Next matchup is Nicky Greco, who's 2-0 on the season. He is a senior, and he is against Zachary Martinez. This is the 138 matchup.
138 pounds from Waynesville, Zachary Martinez from Farmington.
Nicky got sidelined last year because of an ACL injury that he did earlier in the football season last year. So he didn't really get to wrestle as much as he could have. So this is his first full season since his sophomore season. So We should see how it goes. Nicky's trying to get position here. Chops at the head, but the opponent's not going down. They're fighting hands here. Trying to chop that head and get Martinez to go down to his knees so he can circle around and get those points. Oh, and he's got the fireman's carry. Not the fireman's carry, my bad. But he gets 2 points on the takedown there. He leads 2-0. He's trying to break down that wrist. Scooping the head. He's trying to bring that leg up to his head so he can get that leg cradle in, maybe. But he loses the head, so he's going to keep wrestling. He's going over to grab that arm to put pressure on it. He grabs the leg again. He moves the leg up. He's trying to get that other leg. If he gets that other leg, it's going to spell trouble for Martinez. Nicky working with that leg really well. Scoops the arm. He's trying to catch him on his back, but Martinez counters good. Martinez so far is countering everything Nicky does. Nicky puts that arm on his back and flips him over. Gets him on his back. Oh, didn't get back points there. Didn't have him long enough. And time is running down in the first period. And that's it for the first period. Nicky leads 2-0. Waynesville defers to Farmington, and Farmington chooses down. Martinez covers, and the second period is underway. Nicky almost breaks out. He might get the reversal here if he could just flip him over. Martinez still has control, so it's not an escape yet. Oh, and he just did some. Oh, that was a not smart move by Martinez. That is a reversal for Nicky, who leads 4-0 here. And they're out of bounds with 1 minute and 34 seconds left in the second period. Greco covers. And the second period is started again. Earlier in the JV matches, Nicky's little brother Alex lost barely by points to Julian Burnham. It was a great match. And Alex is only a freshman, so he still has some time to grow. And maybe he could be as good as a wrestler as Nicky is. As Nicky is still working top here. He tries the half. He's going to try to work the half. Martinez is blocking it. He lets go of the half Nelson. He's trying to get that wrist that's underneath. And he's trying to work a cradle, it looks like. But he lets that go too. He's working that wrist there. Looks like he's trying to put a lot of pressure forward, so he just flips onto his, so that Martinez will just flip onto his back. He's a little bit too high here. Martinez can capitalize on this if he can. But he works it. Nicky works in the cradle. He's getting back points here. All he just needs to do is just sit back here. And that's a pin for Nicky Greco. That gives Farmington 6 points, and they're winning 21-8 over Waynesville. The next matchup is sophomore William Siebert, who is 2-0 on the season at 145 against Derek Sachs.
At 145 pounds for Waynesville, Derek Sachs from Farmington, William Siebert.
William was a varsity starter last year, and he qualified for state where he won a match. He did pretty good at the state tournament, so we'll see how his season goes this year. Sachs stuffs Williams' shot. but he didn't do a good job of sinking his hips very well, and William gets the 2 points for the takedown, and he still got that leg. So he's going to try to, and he loses the leg, and Sachs tries to get an escape, but Williams still got his grips on him, and he just trips him back down to the mat. Williams working the leg. He's got that other arm locked. Oh, he's got both legs wrapped around him. All he's got to do is just sit back, and he'll get the pin here. And he lets go of the arm. He's still working with those legs, but Sachs grabs the legs and he's pulling them over top. This is not good for William. But William still capitalizes, and he's trying to get that other cradle. Oh, he's getting the far side cradle. He could get it. All he's got to do is just roll over. There you go. He's working it around. He still got it. Sachs is doing everything he can to try to break this. Just over 30 seconds left in the first period. Williams still leading 2-0. He sits him back on his back, but he's not at a 45-degree angle, so it's no back points. And he's a little bit too high. Sachs could just toss him off. Oh, he just sat back in the Williams trap, though. Williams got to secure that arm and push it down to the mat, but it looks like he will not get the pin here. He will just get 2 back points. That puts him up 4-0. And it is Farmington's choice, and they defer to Waynesville, who chooses down. And William is bleeding, so we will take a medical timeout here to get him fixed up. Looks like just a nosebleed, so it shouldn't take too long. Nope, it's his mouth. Ooh. So as they clean him up, we will look at the previous matches. At 106, Bradley Harmon won with the pin. He is now 3-0 on the season. Logan Harmon, his older brother, won by pin. He is now 2-1 on the season. Jake Andrews lost by a major. He is now 1-2 on the season. Justin Minks lost by a major. He is now 2-1 on the season. Cameron won by points, by decision, my bad. He is now 3-0 on the season. And Nicky Greco won by pin. He is now 3-0 on the season. Williams sits him back. This is bad. Scramble situation here. One escape for Sachs. It is now 4-1. And William tosses him on his back. That's 2 points and some back points. He's working that half. He's working the half here, trying to get his opponents back on the mat. And that's a pin for William Siebert. He's now 3-0 on the season. That is 6 points for Farmington. They now lead 27-8. Next matchup for 152 weight class is Caleb Irwin, who is 1-1 on the season. He is a sophomore, against Ashante Taylor from Waynesville.
At 152 pounds, Waynesville, Asante Taylor. From Farmington, Caleb Irwin.
And the 152 match is off. Caleb trying to move around. Doesn't get it. He's got that head in a good position. That was a terrible shot by Asante. Caleb's got that arm wrapped up. They're working the over-under, it looks like. Both opponents trying to gain weight on each other here. Caleb takes a quick shot, but it's countered. And they're back into neutral position. Taylor working those arms. Got the collar tie in. Caleb tries to pass by, but it doesn't work. And they're still in stand-up position. They're trying to gain position on one another, and neither of them have gotten an advantage on each other. Taylor tries to take a shot, but it is countered. And they will go out of bounds with 51.7 seconds left in the first period. No one is leading right now. It's tied 0-0. Taylor working the collar tie here. Gets to the other collar tie, gets the other wrist, and he's trying to work here. But Caleb's just not having it and just pushes his hand off his head. Taylor trying to get to his elbow. Irwin trying to get inside position here. He's got his wrist, but Taylor's got his collar tie. Looks like Taylor likes to work that collar tie. He takes a terrible shot. Caleb should have flipped him there. And that's it for the first period. No one is leading here. It is tied 0-0. What? Irwin is on top. Waynesville chose bottom. He's working that wrist. He's trying to get him to flip. Oh, and he almost gets his opponent on his back. Caleb's working that wrist really well here. Taylor needs to get his wrist free if he plans to get out of this. Caleb's trying to roll that wrist underneath Taylor's body so he can push all of his weight forward so he can get him on his back. Caleb goes for the leg, but lets it go. Puts the arm on his on Taylor's back, and they go out of bounds with 1:19 left in the second period. No, it is still tied 0-0. Farmington leads the duel 27-8 though. Irwin on top again. They'll start this back up. He's trying to push that shoulder underneath Taylor's body so he can flip him. And this is into a scramble situation, and no one gets points there, and they go out of bounds with 59.6 seconds remaining. They go back to parterre position. Caleb covers, and this is on again. Caleb trying to get that cradle in, but he doesn't get it. He's trying for a stack now, it looks like, but he doesn't get it. He's getting that leg. He's trying to get that leg up deeper into his legs, but it doesn't work. And he's trying to roll that wrist. No points awarded yet. And Taylor's thrown back down to the mat. It is still 0-0 in the second period here with time running down. Irwin's trying for that far side cradle. Changes to a near side, but he doesn't get it. Oh, he puts his head into his back, and that, I can tell you by first hand there, ladies and gentlemen, that does not feel good. He's trying to work the other side. And that's it for the second period. No one is leading here. It's still tied at 0-0. Tough. Farmington chooses bottom. Taylor covers. Oh, and Caleb almost gets the escape there, but Taylor has a good lock on Irwin's leg, and he gets the escape, and he takes the lead. First lead change in the match here. He now leads 1-0 with over 1:30 left in the third quarter, or in the third period. Taylor on that collar tie again. Caleb comes back to get that collar tie. And both men working here. Taylor goes back to that signature collar tie of his. And he's trying to take a shot for some reason when he has the collar tie up there. And Caleb has control of the hands. Taylor goes back to the collar tie, and it doesn't pay off for him as Caleb almost gets 2 points. Will he get to 2 points? And he got 2 points. He now leads 3-0 with time running down in the third period. He's going to try to work for a pin here, try to seal the deal. He's got just over 30 seconds left to seal it. He's trying to work that stack, and he doesn't get it. He's putting that arm to the mat, trying to get that half Nelson in. He doesn't get the half Nelson, but Taylor almost gets out, but doesn't. Looks like he's got that leg, and he's going to try to put him in a cradle. I think he's just going to let time run down here. Putting his head into his side. Oh. 2 reversal. And he barely loses. Caleb just getting that victory by the skin of his teeth. He wins 3-2. And that gives Farmington 3 points. They now lead 30-8. And here comes Colin Hewitt. He is a sophomore this year. He was a state qualifier last year as a varsity starter. He is wrestling at 160, and he is undefeated on the season. Colin is probably going to be, or he is one of our bright young stars at the wrestling program. He had a really good freshman season last year, qualifying for state. He's working the over-under here. That should have been illegal. Both men are fighting in a neutral territory here. Colin sticks his head down, and Hawk takes control of that, but Colin just gets back up. He's got the collar tie, he's working it. He's got that high C, and he works it, and he gets 2, and he leads now. Hawk trying to get an escape, but Colin pulls him out of bounds. He still leads 2-0, and Colin is on top here. And that's an escape for Hawk. It is 2-1 now. Both men working on the head here. And they stop action for a little bit for some reason. Colin trying to get wrists, trying to get wrist control. If he gets that wrist, he can lead to any sort of takedown that he wants. Both men working here. Colin leads 2-1 still with time running down in the first period. Farmington still leads this duel 30-8. And time runs down in the first period. Colin Hewitt is up 2-1. And Farmington defers to Waynesville, who chooses the down position. Colin covers, and the match begins again. And that's an escape for Hawk. He now just tied it up. Colin Hewitt and Hawk working here. Colin goes for that collar tie. They get really close here. Looks like Hawk's going to try for a throw. And he gets a pass by, and he takes the lead 2-4. Hawk on top, Hewitt on bottom. He was trying to work out of this. He's almost got the escape, and he got the escape. Colin Hewitt is now down by 1 point. It is 4-3. Hawk in the lead. And Colin's got that leg, and he tries to keep him in bounds, but he can't. It's still 4-3 with just under a minute left in the second period. Both men working really hard here. And a shot by Hawk, but it's defended by Colin, and Colin defends another shot. And they're getting a little feisty in there. Both men go back to the middle of the circle. Colin's got a wrist, he pushes it away. Working in close here. This is where Hawk got his points last time. And Colin pushes him away. With little time left in the second period, Hawk is leading 4-3 over Colin Hewitt. And that'll do it for the second period. Hawk is still up 4-3 over Colin Hewitt in the 160 weight class bout. Colin goes down, and the final period starts here. Hawk trying to work in a leg here. He's not getting his leg. He's trying to pull that arm back. Tries chopping, but Colin shoots up. And he's pushed out. He almost got pushed out, but the reversal, and he's getting back points. He got 2 for the reversal and 2 back points. That puts him in the lead. That is now 7-4. And he just rides him out of bounds. What a great reversal by Colin Hewitt there. Looked like Hawk was going to push him out of bounds, but he stayed in and got the reversal. He's still on top. And with a little bit over a minute left in the third and final period, Colin is leading 7-4. And that's an escape by Hawk. It is now 7-5. This match is exciting. Hawk tries to take a shot. Colin gets the reversal with 2. He's now leading 9-5 with under a minute left in the final period. Hawk is trying to get another escape here. Colin trying to drag him down, and he drags him back down to the mat. Hawk is just trying to get out of bounds, it looks like. And he goes out of bounds. Hawk looks to be tired here. He needs a reversal. He needs a reversal and some back points to win this. With 46 seconds remaining, Colin Hewitt covers. Hawk tries to escape, but Colin just pushes him back down to the mat. Hawk trying to escape again. Colin just tosses him back down to the mat again. A little under 30 seconds left, and Colin is just riding him. Colin looks like he's looking for a stalling call because Hawk just keeps running out of bounds. Colin covers again with under 30 seconds remaining in this one. If Colin wins this, he moves on to be 3-0 on the season. Still no escape yet. And that's an escape for Hawk. He's down 3. Out of bounds, no takedown. With 7.3 seconds remaining, Hawk needs a takedown and some back points to win. Oh, I guess it was an escape. Hawk needs an escape and a quick takedown here to tie it up. And Colin hangs on, it looks like, and he throws it back down to the mat. He will win this matchup. He gets Farmington 3 points, and they are now up 33-8. What a match. Colin moves on to be 3-0 on the season. Up next is senior Brennan Brackett. He is 1-1 on the year. This is the 170 weight class. He is against Todd Angel. Brackett did not wrestle last year as a junior, but he came in as a senior this year, and we're hoping that he can have a great season with us. Pushed out of bounds. They will go back to the middle and in a stand-up position. Both men looking for position here. Brackett throws him by, trying to look for a weakness, but he doesn't get it. And it looks like Waynesville likes to hold on to that collar tie, hanging onto the net, trying to get their opponent to give up a weakness. Angel takes a crazy looking shot, but Brennan Brackett just defends it. And he goes to the over-under. He's looking to work here. Fighting for inside position here. Both men are putting up a good fight here. Angel tries their shot again, but Brackett defends it yet again. Brackett takes a shot for the single leg. He's got it. He's got to pick it. He's picking it up. He's got to keep him in bounds. And he loses it. And they both go out of bounds. They will go back to the middle in neutral. Brackett and Angel having a good match so far. Not too much action, but they're defending each other's shots pretty well. Both of these people are working with the collar tie. Ooh, he almost got that there. He could have used that to get around his opponent and get the 2 points for the reversal. Time running down here. Both men have not scored, or neither men have scored. And it looks like it'll stay that way. At the end of the first period, it is still 0-0 in the 170 bout. Farmington is leading, however, in the duel, 33-8. As we start the second period, Waynesville will start on bottom. Brackett on top. Brackett covers. And the second period is underway, and that's an escape for Angel. It is now 1-0. Angel trying to work that wrist to the ground, and he does it. He gets that leg. Brackett's in trouble, and he works a tree topper, and that's 2 points for Angel. He now leads 3-0. There's not really anything you can do when your opponent gets your leg up that high. Really, the only way out of it is to basically do a backflip. Brackett on bottom, trying to get his wrist free. Angel rolling Brackett's wrist underneath him, trying to push him forward. And he's working with that tie over there. He moves around, gets the leg, tries to get the other one. Doesn't get that, so he moves to the arm. He's torquing that arm up. Trying to get a position there. He puts him on his back almost, but he doesn't get back points there. They go out of bounds, so both men go back to the middle. Brackett on bottom. It's still on. With just 30 seconds left in the second period, Angel leads Brackett by 3. Brackett's got his arm in a bad position here. He has to get that arm free if he wants to escape. Almost gets the reversal there, but he gets put back onto the mat. And Angel is in control right now, and that's the end of the second period. Brackett down by 3. Farmington will choose down, and Brackett will start on bottom for the final period, hoping to gain some points here. Brackett on bottom. Tries to get an escape here. Brackett needs to get that arm from underneath his chest. He gets the stand up, but he doesn't break free. Barely doesn't get it. He gets pushed out of bounds before he could do that. So he's back down on bottom with 1:41 remaining in the final period. Up next we have Jared Nicholson, who was a sophomore. He is 1-1 on the season for the 182. He will be against Hunter Sadler. And Brackett still working on bottom, trying to get out. He's got to break the hands here. If he breaks that, oh, he's got the leg. He's got to stuff the head here, get the leg loose to get this 2 points. He doesn't get the 2 points or the stand up here, so he's still at 0 points. He's got to get an escape and a takedown here to tie it up. Angel doing a good job of keeping Brackett on the mat here. He's working it. He's got that collar. He's got that arm again. Brennan's got to get that loose. He's got under a minute here. He's got to stand up. He's got to get it. He's got to get this escape if he wants to have any chance of winning this. Angel's working really good on top here. Trying to push him forward. Brackett's still on bottom here with 20 seconds remaining. He's got to get up and get a takedown. Angel's got both of his arms tied up though. It looks like Angel's not putting much pressure on him, but he's got that leg. And that does it. Brackett loses 3-0, but after a great takedown, that probably would have got him back points. That gives Waynesville 3 points, and they're still down 33-11 though.
At 182 pounds from Waynesville, Hunter Sadler. From Farmington, Jared Nicholson.
Here's the 182 matchup. Jared Nicholson, a sophomore this year. Jared went into the offseason and worked really hard here, and he got a varsity spot. He does a pass by. He's trying to throw him to the mat, but he lets it go. Jared working. And Sadler takes a shot. Jared defends it, and they're both out of bounds. No points awarded. Still in a stand-up position. Jared looks to wear down his opponent as he sprinted back to the middle. That's a good way to get into your opponent's head. Show him that you're not giving up anytime soon. Trying to gain inside position here. They're both working with the head here. Sadler almost gets taken down, but they're both out of bounds again. With just over 30 seconds left in the first period, neither man has scored. Farmington still leads this duel 33-11 though. And time's about to run out in the first period for the 182 bout. Jared works the underhook and he loses it. Tries to get the underhook again, doesn't get it, and time will expire in the first period, and no points are awarded, so it is still 0-0. And Farmington chooses down first to try to get an escape point or a reversal even. And Sadler works the legs here, pulls that leg up. He's trying to get loose. Sadler's a little bit too high on Jared. Jared can just throw him off. But he's got that leg hooked in pretty well. It looks like he's going for the banana split. And he doesn't get it. Oh, but he almost gets it. And Jared goes back down. Almost getting the reversal there. Jared gets the escape and he now leads 1-0. And he goes for a quick takedown, and he almost gets it. He's got a... This is some funky wrestling, ladies and gentlemen. Jared's got to move here. He's got to get that leg. That looked like both men were called for stalling there. They will go back up into a neutral position. Jared still leads 1-0. Both men working for the wrist here. Collar tie. Jared pushes him back. Just under a minute left in the second period here. Jared throws him back off. He got the underhook. He's gonna work for the single leg. He gets the takedown. That's 2. He now leads by 3. And his opponent just rides out of bounds here. They will go back to the middle and parterre with Jared on top. Jared covers. Sadler tries to get the escape here, but Jared's holding on, and Sadler gets the escape. It is now 3-1. Nicholson winning. I think Jared will look to go for the underhook again. And time will expire in the second period. 3-1, Nicholson. And Waynesville will go down in the final period here. Farmington is winning 33-11 in the duel. And Jared votes to stand up, which counts as an escape for Waynesville, so he gets 1 point. And it is now 3-2. Jared is winning. Jared will try to work that underhook. And he almost gets it. Oh, he snaps his head down. He's got good position there. Oh! And that just gives Sadler the lead. And it looks like stalling there. So Jared will get a point. And that ties it up 4-4. Jared starts out on bottom with over 1 minute and 30 seconds left in this. Sadler will try to work a leg. Sadler's working that leg pretty well. Jared's got to get that leg out if he wants to do anything right now. He gets pushed back on his back, but there's no points, and he's too high, and Jared almost throws him off. Come on. Jared's not got it. He still doesn't have the 45-degree angle, so there's no back points. Jared's almost got the escape here. He's almost got the reversal. He's got to get his leg free, and he gets the reversal. He's now winning 6-4. He's just got to ride him to the end here. There's just under 40 seconds left in this. His opponent looks tired. Looks like he can end it here. Sadler just needs an escape and a takedown to win this. Jared needs to hold him on the ground as long as possible, but he lets him up for some reason. They go out of bounds. .9 seconds remaining. And Waynesville wrestler gets a caution there for jumping the gun. And Sadler will try to get a quick takedown here. 7.7 seconds remaining in the final period. Jared leads by 1 point. And they go out of bounds again. Should be long until. And Jared might just win this. And Jared wins in the final seconds. He won 6-5 in a close matchup against Sadler. And that gives Farmington 3 more points, and they're leading 36-11. Jared moves on to be 2-1 on the season.
At 195 pounds for Waynesville.
And the 195 match is between sophomore Devin Savage, who is 2-0 on the season, against Brandon Fancher. Both men working here early on. No clear advantage yet. Works the collar tie, but he gets thrown off. And Devin keeps working on the head, but Waynesville wrestler keeps throwing it off. Both men working on the head here. And next up will be Peyton Napoli, who's a senior. He's a 3-year varsity wrestler. He is 2-0 on the season. This will be the 120 or the 220, my bad, 220 match weight class. He will be against Corey Duncan. Both men working ties here, trying to get an advantage on their opponent. Devin gets good head position on his opponent. And he's going to try to look for that single leg, but he pushes it away. Tries to snap the head down. Oh, he gets that. He got it. He's going to work for the cradle. He's got the cradle, but he's got to put him on his back. He got 2 there. And he might get the pin here. He might get the pin with the near side cradle. And he gets the pin. That is 6 points for Farmington. And they have all but wrapped this one up. There is no chance for Waynesville to come back and win this one. Farmington now leads 42-11. Devin Savage moves on to be 3-0 on the year. And here comes senior Peyton Napoli, who is undefeated on the season. He will be wrestling Corey Duncan in the 220 matchup. And the 220 matchup starts up. This looks like it should be a good matchup here. Both men trying to throw each other around. Trying to get good hand position here. Peyton almost gets the throw by, but they go out of bounds, and both men will go back to the center. where they will start off in a neutral position again. Just over a minute and 30, and no one has scored yet. It's still 0-0. Farmington is winning though, 42-11 in this duel. Peyton trying to snap Duncan's head down, and Duncan just pushed Peyton out of bounds, and they will go back to the center to start it over again. Next up is the heavyweight matchup, and it is Adam Maple, who is a senior this year, who hasn't had a varsity season in his high school career, so this will be an interesting matchup. He's 2-0 on the season. He will be going against Jacob Simple. Both men go out of bounds again, and will start in the center. Neither man has an advantage here. Peyton working the collar tie, trying to get a wrist. Trying to gain inside position here so he can go for a takedown or a throw possibly. And what's unique about Peyton is you usually don't see bigger guys use takedowns, but Peyton will use a takedown if he needs to. He will go for a takedown more than he will go for throws, which I find unique. And I think that's why he's such a good wrestler. He went for the takedown there, but he comes back just in case he might have got stuffed there. And that will end the first period. No one has scored yet. Peyton will start on bottom here. Duncan covers, and the second period is underway. Duncan is really high on the pulley here. The pulley can throw him off. And Duncan just puts him back down on the mat, but he gets high again, and Peyton gets the escape, and he takes the lead. First points of the match goes to Peyton Napoli. He leads 1-0 here. Peyton goes for the takedown, but it's stuffed, and he's in a bad position here, and he gets thrown off. Both men almost go out of bounds again. They're both working the collar tie here. And they go away again. And they come back into the collar tie here. Peyton trying to get a wrist, trying to get control here. Peyton still working here. Both men working really hard in this match. Low scoring matchup, very tight. And that's a takedown for Duncan, and Peyton goes out of bounds. He is now down 1-2. Duncan on top, they will restart. And he's trying to work into that cradle, but Peyton, oh, it's a body lock. Peyton's trying to get out of it, but he can't. And Duncan tries for the cradle, and he gets it. But Peyton's just wiggling. He's trying to get out of this so he doesn't get pinned. Peyton's just got to hold on for a little bit more. He's got to work out of this. He's only got like 10 seconds left. Oh, and Peyton gets pinned. That's his first loss on the season. He gets pinned with 5.6 seconds left in the second period. Farmington still leads though, 42-17. And the heavyweight matchup here is Adam Maple, who's undefeated on the season, versus Jacob Semple. Both men shake hands here, and the final match of the night is underway. Adam in his first varsity season of his high school career. We shall see how this match goes. He is undefeated on the season, so he's done particularly well. He almost gets that. Both men working here. Both men working here, trying to get a throw going in, trying to get inside position. Both working on the collar tie here. Adam's trying to get a wrist, trying to get it close enough to where he can throw him. Farmington is still leading 42-16. Actually, it should be 42-17. And that's a takedown. That's 2 points for Simple. Adam needs an escape here. Oh! And he almost gets the reversal, but he gets the escape instead. It's 2-1 here. Both men working again, trying to gain position. Adam working on that collar tie, trying to drive his opponent's head down to the mat. And that's it for the first period. Adam Maple down 2-1. And Simple will choose down to start off the second period. Maple on top. Simple gets set. Maple covers. And the second period is underway. Simple trying to get away from this. Adam pulling him back in. He's got the arm, but he loses the arm. Adam trying to push him back down to the mat. Trying to pull him back down to the mat. But Simple is fighting hands really well, and it looks like Adam is going to try to throw him back down to the mat, but it ended up pushing him out of bounds. So they will go back to the center in parterre position. Back in parterre position, Adam on top. Needs to suck him back in here. And that's an escape for Simple. He now leads 3-1. Adam needs to get a takedown here to tie it up. Adam still working the other. Both men working ties here, trying to get a throw. Just under a minute left in the second period. Adam down 3-1. Adam with the throw. No points yet, and they were out of bounds, so they will go back to a neutral position. Adam still down 3-1. If he would have stayed in bounds there, he would have tied the match here at 3-3. Just under 40 seconds left, and Adam is still down. He needs to get a throw here or a takedown just to get his 2 points. Maple trying to get a throw here, but it doesn't work. Working that collar tie. Both men working the collar tie. Adam gets his wrist, and it gets thrown into an underhook. Simple gets the underhook here. Adam squares back up here. And that's the end of the second period. Adam Maple still down 3-1. Tonight has been a great night for the Farmington Knights. They are leading 42-16 with 5 pins on the night. Adam's trying to get out of this. Adam gets the escape and he's only down 1. All he needs is a takedown here to win this, to get in the lead. Both men trying to get his collar tie here to work to that throw. Adam needs to get a takedown here so he can get 2 points. Both men still working. Under a minute left, and Adam's still down by 1. It's hard to tell if they're stalling or not, because this is usually how the heavyweight matches go. It's usually slower paced with more throws in it. Adams almost got the throw here, but he lets it go. With 30 seconds remaining, Adams got to go here. He's got to get a takedown. And he gets stuffed, and it is now 5-2. Adam needs an escape and a takedown here. He needs a quick 2. There you go, there's the escape. Now he needs a throw. He needs a takedown here to win it. Or to tie it up, my bad. And he doesn't get it. And he loses by 2 points. And that'll give Waynesville 3, but they still lose the duel here, 42-19. And a great matchup here with pins by Bradley Harmon, Logan Harmon, Nicky Greco, and Devin Savage. And Farmington ends up winning this 42-19. And I'm Lance Johnson. Good night, folks.